Hello there. This is Kunal, aka Chip. So Bob came to me. He went into multiple cybersecurity conference, and what you see in the background is my recent iteration of the Bob and Chip comics, and the disc and what went on after the conversation started. So, as you can see, Chip is right there. Bob is reaching out to him or has reached out, and he just met him. He attended 3 conferences, 2 panels, multiple certifications and award, and so on and so forth. And Chip is sitting there and thinking, okay, what's going on? And from me as well, Kunal, like I've been looking at LinkedIn over past few weeks, I would say a couple of months as well. Let's just say that, and cybersecurity has been busy. And I'm not talking about responding to threats and incident. Of course they are, of course you are, but I'm talking about conferences. I'm talking about AI events. I'm talking about podcasts below. I'm talking about awards. Conversations about resilience, conversation about threat intelligence, conversation about AI, right? And I am part of this as well. Like I have a podcast. Hopefully, people are listening to it. I create content, and I am adding another voice, let's say, to an already noisy industry, right? So before we kick off, I just want to make one thing clear: conferences matter, communities like this matter, certifications can matter. Obviously, people and vendors supporting this are doing a very important work as well. And podcast, my uh, mine or anybody else that you listen to can help people learn, right? And while we were discussing, and suddenly something started to bother me. And let's just not say suddenly, it has been bothering me for past couple of days, and is that while we talk about this evolution of threat landscape, while we doing a lot of positive things within the community, right, like these conferences and stuff, I don't think so. The threat landscape is waiting for the conferences to finish, right? Like because the threat actors don't, right? Maybe for them is when everybody's attending conference, this is the right time to attack, right? But regardless, like data breaches continue, ransomware continues, third-party compromises continues, vulnerabilities continue to be exploited, right? And somewhere there is AI-enabled cyber capability that pushes itself into booking a session in a gym timetable. Hello, right? And then when things start bothering me, I start with questions. And the very first big question that came to me, okay, so all of these things happen, and I asked the same thing to Bob as well. What changed on Monday? Or maybe the next day you came back to your work. Right? Okay, you attended a threat intelligence session, that was a great summit, or that was a great presentations. Okay, did that information change any decision today? Right, let's say there was a discussion on how resilience should be. Right, did that information actually test your recovery? Right, let's say you attended a panel where they discussed about AI security, right? So after that discussion, what controls you changed? And even when I listen to my podcast, yeah, I sometimes do just want to make sure that I'm improving as well. From my podcast, what are you going to do differently because you listen to it? And ask that question, uh, right? And that's takes me somewhere slightly uncomfortable because I'm criticizing myself. Yeah, right. We use certifications, we use awards, followers, conferences, appearances, podcast, and there are many times people believe in job titles as well as a signal of expertise. Yeah, this right. And I'm not saying they do not have value. They do have value, but I think they are not evidence by themselves. Right. So if I apply this to myself, having a podcast or what I'm talking today, or having this Bob and Chip comic does not prove that I'm a good or I'm a great at cybersecurity either. Right. My work should. Right. So if you look at it in a different way, that I can make coffee at home, right? I'm sure everybody can. But that does not make me a barista. Correct. So if I apply this to cybersecurity, what I think is just knowing threat actor names is not a threat intelligence expertise. Right. Just having a certification does not automatically makes you an expert on a particular topic. Right? And having a microphone also does not make you an expert. Right? Anybody can have it. So what I mean, or coming back to it, is expertise. It should leave evidence. Now, check. Okay, what evidence are you talking about? Right? And see, for me, those evidence can show in your BAU or in your daily work as: are you making better decisions? Are you improving or getting better at detections? Right? Are you getting better in engineering? Are you able to reduce the risk, or are you sure that you are reducing the risk? Right? Are there any, or are you seeing a better incident outcomes? Right? And that's what expertise is for. Because if expertise never produces an outcome, I think eventually we have to ask, like, are we actually measuring the correct things? Right? And that's that's where it takes me to another uncomfortable argument. Sorry. I think maybe we have started confusing visibility with expertise. Right? Because see, many times the person holding the microphone is not necessarily the person handling the incident at 2 a.m. Right? And yes, see, I realize I'm holding the microphone right now. Cybersecurity does not need fewer voices, right? And that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say, it needs a higher standard for which voices we treat as expertise. Right. And take example of this video that I'm looking. You have Bob and Chip comic. Whatever the standard I just talked about, I think the same standard should apply to this video as well. Like, if you watch this, agree with me, hit like and move on, I have just created another conversation, isn't it? So don't take my opinion away from this. Right? I'm not selling my opinion. I am pushing you to take the questions. Right? So what I mean is, the viewers or listeners, including this podcast, is when you finish, did this change my thinking or a decision when you listen to a podcast? When you finish a training course, ask yourself, what can I now do better? If you attended a leadership session, ask, what outcome should improve based on my leadership, whether it is personal, professional, whatever it may be. When you attend a conference, after that, ask, what will I change? Right? And when somebody is presented as an expert in front of you, right, don't just look at visibility. Like, names are important, of course. And I agree that they have made their names because of the things they have done, but who knows? Look for evidence. Right? And that's what I want you to take away from this podcast. I'm not saying conferences are bad. Okay? I am not saying award ceremonies or awards or certifications don't matter. And I'm certainly not saying cybersecurity needs fewer voices. I'm saying stop confusing the signal with the evidence. Expertise should leave evidence. Talk gets attention, outcomes earn credibility. So when the conversation ends, anywhere you go, ask yourself one question: what changes on the next day, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it may be? Thank you.